Hello, happy people. Happy Sunday. 2023. What are your New Year resolutions? Is it same shit, different toilet? Or are you getting things done? I'm getting shit done. So my friend, I'm going to speak my future into existence. Why? Because I started my journey back in April 15th of 2019, and I remember what I said. I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to make music and comedy. The sun is shining, and it does help to speak when my eyes are closed because I can think better. And the last one is speaking at conferences. And then as time goes by, I kind of noticed, I was able to travel to US, I was able to travel to Mexico and still traveling. And then the vision got a little bit clearer, meaning that, I came up with the idea of the Gazillionaires Club. At first, it was supposed to be somewhat comical, but then there is certain truth to it. And then, and with this whole, like when I was talking about the Gazillionaires Club, right? It's supposed to be a business. And then at first I didn't know where to start. And then, with this whole like crypto contagion, and now like I'm becoming like a Bitcoin, not a maximalist, but that's the only thing that's working for me. And I kind of realized that when you start speaking things into existence, it's not just speaking about it. But it's also about doing it. Because, yes, I understand a lot of people talk about the law of attraction, and it's very true. You gotta set the intention, and then, speak it into existence, and then you have to work at it. It's not like, it's not gonna be like, I'm gonna sit there and pray, then it's gonna happen. No. Attraction. There is action in attraction. So my friend, in 2023, or by the end of 2023, I will publish my second book called Unspoken Love for the price of 0.11 Bitcoin. Now, you may wonder, like, Khan, the bipolar poet, is 1 Bitcoin. Unspoken Love is 0.11 Bitcoin. That is a big difference. It is about the number, but there is a bigger meaning behind it. If you take 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3. Now, if you take 3 and you add another 3, that is 6. If you take 6 and you add another 3, that is 9. Now, what do you get? You get 69. Some of you be like, Khan, that's a dirty joke. It's not. Based on, Tesla, if you want to understand the secret of the universe, think in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. Some of you, when you first heard of the number 69, you're probably thinking, my friend, there are other interpretation, okay? Such as day and night, day and night, left and right, up and down. But put all of that aside, there's a reason why 3, 6, 9, and 0 are my favorite numbers, okay? And then in 2024, I will be visiting El Salvador. Why? To check out the country, to understand the Bitcoin adoption. And in 2025, I will be dating an El Salvadorian woman from the country. And then in 2026, the Gazillionaires Club will be launched. Now, why El Salvador? Because simply, I believe in Bitcoin, and I think the groundwork is already been laid out. If I travel anywhere in the world, you know, if there are no merchants for Bitcoin, it's going to be hard to do business. If I live in a country that's going to tax the hell out of me for spending Bitcoin, for accepting Bitcoin, and all the paperwork that I have to do is going to be a hassle. And if I truly believe in Bitcoin and what it can do for humanity and the kind of business that I want to run, there is nowhere to be other than El Salvador. And by the way, God, please send me a woman that is a vegetarian, unvaccinated, who loves her culture, that can speak English and willing to teach me Spanish. And she gotta be a Bitcoiner, and she gotta be an El Salvador citizen. Thank you, God. So my friend, that is my 2023 going forward. Now, next topic, okay? We're going to talk about change. Let's start with obesity. Now, before all you obese people get offended by what I have to say, I want you to understand, a true friend will not tell you the truth unless they want you to be better. And it might piss you off, but it will give you a healthy lifestyle. Now, when we look at the universe, change is constant. But how do we know what is good and what is bad? Being obese, my friend, is a bad thing, okay? When we look at the life expectancy of an obese person, why don't you take a guess at what age, or you know, in what age frame do they usually fall under before they see God? And the other thing is, what kind of food are you consuming? If you are an obese person, then you know, only you know what kind of food you are consuming. And the other thing is, if you, my friend, cannot control the amount of food that you are putting into your body, then it tells me that you can't really do much in life. Don't get me wrong, okay? I love food, but you gotta be able to control the amount of food you intake, because if your health is not your first priority, then we can't really work together. Meaning that, like, you know, how can I trust you when you are not even taking care of your health? So in business, in life, even, you know, in my personal experience, okay, the amount of fat people that I've interacted with And I'm sorry, I have to be straightforward here. I can't, like there is no alternative term for being obese or fat. I have to be straight up with you. It's really hard to to only about 10% of trust when it comes to, like, fat people. Because nothing is definite, there's always exceptions. When we think about, for example, okay, when a person looks clean on the outside, but when you go into their car and their bedroom and they are dirty, you're only seeing the outer image. When a person is to be trusted, not to screw you over, but they can't control the amount of food they eat, or they can't even take care of themselves, then they can't really be trusted. And in life, my friend, it doesn't matter if a person is claiming that they are something, but when we start dissecting the little aspects of their lives, and if it doesn't align with what they are saying, then chances are they are not who they are, and sometimes they don't even know it. So this video is not, because when I say stuff like this, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but I do want to get the point across: mind, body, and spirit. And as a society, we, or at least in America, right, the food that we eat, the way that we glamorize fat people or obese people, the way that we tell kids, hey, there is a surgery. If you get fat, we have this magic pill, or get a surgery. But as a society, we glamorize it. And then with gender, it's the same thing. You can be what you want to be, but as a society, there are things that we should push forward, and there are things that we should not. Now, go back to change. Change is constant. How do we know what is good, and how do we know what is bad? When we look at the reproduction process between a man and a woman, that how you can tell that we are rolling with nature. When, for example, if we as a society, and we confuse children about their gender, then pretty much that is the end of the reproduction process. Now, I don't know what people have in store as far as AI or generic embryos, where we can just inject sperms and eggs and then create babies in a fake embryos, and how the future looks with people, with their VR, and just kind of like live in a pod. But when I look at technology and the people that are pushing for these kind of message, which is really, really sad, we are shifting away from nature. Because think about it, everything that we consume came from the ground. All the air, the water, all the elements, it came from the earth. And we are not separated from it. We are part of it. And what happened with technology and the way that we are moving forward, we are separating ourselves from elements, from earth. And the way that we are the changes that we are making in society. How should I put this? We're going the wrong way, bitches. We're going the wrong way. So as much as I want to say be whoever you want to be, because in a free world, everyone should be respected for who they are. But then at the same, but there's always that but, right? But when we are pushing for the message of obesity, gender confusion, destroying natural resources, this whole climate change or ESG movement, how companies are grooming kids, pandemic, we are heading in the wrong direction. But let's stick to the topic, my friend. I hope you don't take that personally, because if you were obese and if I'm a dictator, is actually a good thing. Go ahead, go out there, make a change, go out there and protest. Can you get up? That's what I thought. So when people are pushing for these kind of message, my friend, you have to understand what is best for you. Are you in the best shape of your life? Are you able to move around? How long do you expect to live? And do you want to live a long time with the people that you love? Because the people that are pushing for these kind of messages, they don't have your interest at best. Okay? Now, the next topic is going to be dictatorship. People that are fighting for decentralization will never understand what it's like to wield the power of authority. Have you ever argued with people on the internet about, the vaccines is gonna kill you? I mean, it might not kill some people, but do you really need it? And if you look back at all the flu vaccines in the past 10, 20 years, and if you look at the population in America, every time when you get sick, you go to the doctor, take this magic pill. Take this magic pill. Kids that cannot focus or they play around too much, how dare you? How dare you take this pill? You get this pill for you. What? Retirement? Are you thinking about retirement? We got pills for that too. We got pills for everything. We are a pills nation. Don't worry about the hard work. Don't worry about vitamin C. Don't worry about exercising. Don't worry about the right kind of diet. Don't worry about growing your own food. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of you. Like all the chickens with the lights on 24/7. We just feed them growth hormones, antibiotics, and some other bullshit so that we can feed you. Honestly, as a dictator, I treat everyone like cattle. My friend, you're probably thinking, oh my God, Khan, you're so evil. You're so evil. Why you say these kind of things? I don't like to go there, my friend, but Einstein once said, knowledge can only take you from point A to point B, while imagination takes you everywhere. I don't like to think what evil people think, but sometimes I have a lot of time on my hand and I just like, so if I were in it for power, money, and greed, how should I manipulate these people? So go back to being an authoritarian. Have you ever argued with someone on the internet? imagine you don't have to argue anymore. I heard you talk shit about me on the internet. Executive order, exile. I heard you thinking of talking shit about me on the internet. Executive order, exile. I heard you breathe of talking shit about me on the internet. Executive order, exile. See the power of a dictator? Now, what about all the people that you have argued because you were trying to save them from the vaccines? If you haven't noticed, my friend, the people that are taking the vaccines, they are trying to save themselves too. And the fact that you are trying to tell them that, or you think that you're trying to save them by telling them not to take it, is ridiculous. Is ridiculous. You know, I don't get stressed out about these kind of stuff. I did my part. I know everyone tend to have an end goal, and you know that end goal is to live a long time. It's just how we get there might be different, but it is what it is, you know. And as a dictator, you be like, I ain't even mad. I let people do what they do, you know. Okay, so last topic, my friend. Let's see. That is it. I was gonna go longer, but it's 22 minutes right now. And if you are on an iPhone, right? I think the last the 420 Christmas, my video was about 45 minutes, and I couldn't transfer the file directly from the iPhone to the computer. I had to break it up. I went through many steps, but I will keep it under 20 minutes, and I'm pretty sure anything longer than 20 minutes you don't want to watch anyway. But my friend, that is it for this Sunday. So the message is, you know, always been the same: mind, body, and spirit. And instead of, you know, I hope you don't take it personal. But if you do take it personal from what I said about being obese, being, you know, taking the vaccines, don't, because there are lessons to be learned from it. And just know that I have good intentions for you, because sometimes, you know, these kind of topics, not a lot of people willing to say it, because when you say it, people take it the wrong way and you get canceled on the internet. But so, you know, I do see myself as your friend, and usually only friend or a true friend will say the things that you don't want to hear. And I do it because I want you to be better. You know, in my opinion, being healthy is not, being obese is not healthy. Confusing kids about their gender is not healthy for a society. And the earth is abundance. Okay, so what else? I think that is it. Enjoy your Sunday, and I will see you next Sunday. By the way, that mountain, I've conquered it, meaning that I went all the way up there. So my friend, much love, and I'll see you next Sunday. Ta-da!
Friendships. Friends are like stars, they don't always shine, but we know they are there. The laughters and the pains we've shared, the wisdom and the knowledge we all embraced and bared. Who would have thought it was all about the money? Now more of integrity and growth in humanity. From charity to unity, collective consciousness of humanity far beyond the realm of duality. Singularity, sacred geometry, energy, vibration, and frequency. Unconditional love is a masterpiece for a humane society.